This is your humble instructor, Greg Barnhill, and I want to say welcome to 2401 or Anatomy and Physiology. As it states up here, this is a lecture and lab combined course. So you get 4 hours total for this course. The lecture and the lab together count as one. I'm going to get you started, and what's a better place to do it than the Getting Started module? So if you're watching this, you've clicked on this, and always watch the instructor videos. Okay, it'll clear up confusion. It'll help everybody. So what this is, this particular module, now this course, let me say this to start with. This course actually has 8 total modules, one for each week of the semester. This is an 8-week semester. And you can see right there, it says module 1. That's going to be the one for the beginning week, of course. And so I want to get you through this first. You're going to have to do this module first. This module here is tied to a performance, which means you have to complete this one first to get this one to open. So under lesson 1, now these modules are set up. Here is some these were supposed to be open. Here is some information about how to get started in the course, what some of the expectations, some background, things like that. Anyway, those are supposed to be open, but every module in this, semester, will start out with this first. So you got to have a beginning part to this. This is a welcome. It tells you some of the objectives, what you're going to be doing. So you're going to want to read through these. I guess here's the official welcome. But here's some background on anatomy and physiology. So you're going to read through those. These are all real short, kind of concise text. There's the syllabus. Here is the course overview, which once again kind of gives you a breakdown. And then here it says, as far as everything, how it's organized, you're going to have some content to read, some research activities, some hands-on activities, interactive lessons. I'll show you those. Lesson quizzes and module exams. Now, each lesson will have a quiz attached to it. Once again, I'll show you that in a second. This is here just to show you. Now, this one doesn't get dramatically bigger, but any picture that's in this module, including pictures that are on exams, lab exams, lecture exams, anything like that, if you click on them, they'll get larger. Now, this one's already pretty big, but all you do is just click on it and you can enlarge it. Some of the exam photos may not quite be this big, and you'll want to click on it and it will blow up to this size. Like I said, that one's already big. You should probably allocate some time for each module. Need around 10 hours probably for each module. The hands-on experience comes from doing some research. And then, like I said here, read, to be successful, read the lessons, proceed through each lesson. And I'll show you that. So in fact, we're doing that right now. So you always have kind of a rundown. That's the beginning. You have a part that kind of closes it out. So everything here, you're going to take a quiz over. Now, these quizzes in this Getting Started module are set up a little different than the other modules. Here's some instructions. You have 5 questions. You have 20 minutes. You can do these an unlimited amount of times, the ones in the Getting Started module. So, and look, my view is a little different than the one you're going to be seeing. Here's the due date for everything. But you're going to want to, once you start these, of course, you have a little bit of a time limit, but these you can do an unlimited amount of times. You got to score 100. The way these are set up, it says right here, you must take and score 100% to proceed to the next folder. Now, the rest of the modules in this course are not quite set up that way. But this is a way to get you to go through and read the syllabus and just kind of understand it. It also helps clear up some confusion. So that's lesson 1. Lesson 2, like I said, these are hidden. It's going to start the same way. There's an overview, a little bit about what you're doing for lesson 2, some learning objectives. And as you proceed through these modules, like this one, for instance, here's the instructor information as far as office hours. Now, I will say this. This is probably the best email to use right here. I know you can message within Blackboard, but this one goes directly to my phone. Here are my office hours. Now, these are virtual. This is an online class, so if you're on campus and you need something, you can get me there. I'm actually located in the academic building, office number 125, and there's my office phone number. But the best way to get a hold of me is this right here. And then here's a little bit about the response times. Now, the written assignments, those take a long time to grade. So that can take up to 6 days to get those back. This covers how to send an email. Here are the learning resources here, which really, there's no textbook requirement for this class. You're given notes, PowerPoints, outlines, things like that. Of course, you can use the internet, but this is something we sell in the bookstore. There's actually a website link. It is free. It's called OpenStax. I really like it. Here's a table of contents, but it's set up as it's free on the when you go to their website. If you actually want a physical copy, they cost anywhere from $30 to $50. They may have increased. I haven't heard about that, but. And here is a quiz that covers everything from this particular lesson 2. Same thing. Now, these are timed, they're 20 minutes, but you can do these, like it says here, at an unlimited amount of times. Now, your view is going to look a little different than mine. So go through each one of these. Here's lesson number 3, which covers, it's got the course map, it's got the schedule as well. But let me go ahead and click on the schedule. Not complicated. So there it is. There's the breakdown. Say this is an 8-week course, and you actually have 8 modules once you get through the getting started module. Let me say this. Okay, well, let me do this first. I do want to touch on one thing. So the assignments. Now, this is a Word document or a PDF. And there's one other thing I got to show you. Just hope that comes up. So here's the overall grade breakdown. Now, there's a few categories. That's actually good because that way, it's not really heavily weighted one way or the other. Since this is a combined course, it does have a few more assignments, but that's the whole grade breakdown. Now, these are the question types. Now, you're going to have some research assignments. You're going to have some lessons and some module exams and a final exam. And then this learning journal is something you can start out with right away now. And I'll go over that in a minute. But that's the breakdown. You'll need to read through these. Now, I do want to say the regular module quizzes, there's 9 lessons in each module. They are timed. You should have plenty of time. The questions delivered one at a time, no backtracking. Now, you have 2 opportunities for those. And what will happen is the highest grade will count. So if you make 100 on the first attempt, there's really no reason to take it again. But if you did take it again and you scored an 80, it's going to keep the 100. Whatever the highest attempt is going to keep. I let my daughter's cat out. Sorry. Anyway. So assignment policy. Now, this is very important. So all of these have a very specific due date, and you can see that in the grade book. If you're wondering what's the due date, the due date's everywhere. Okay. It'll tell you as far as the course activity on the left menu over here, it'll tell you everywhere. But because the way this course is set up, because it is a prerequisite for allied health, the due dates are hard due dates. There are no extensions. So you do have a week. Now, these will open a little early. You'll have a little over a week to get each one done. They're actually due every Sunday at midnight, but the next module will open, like it says here, Sundays at 9 a.m. So you actually have a little over a week, 8 days if you added the Sunday to Sunday, technically. Or actually, I'm sorry, it says here Tuesday. That's right. My bad. My bad. I'll change that. Yes. You have to the following Tuesday. So that actually gives you without the math, 10 days. I had forgotten about that. My bad. I will change the dates for that. Murphy's Law, if you're not familiar with that, is basically what can happen will happen. So do not tempt fate. Do not wait till the last minute. You'll need to get started on these as soon as you can. Okay, in case something happens. And if something happens, it's something you need to contact me for. You want to do that as early as you can. So no late assignments, no reopening past due assignments, no dropped assignments, no makeup exam. That's not meaning to be harsh. It's just these courses are prereqs for allied health. Every once in a while, you'll get somebody who is just taking this class to take it. That doesn't happen often. They're on a journey of personal fulfillment. Most people take these because they want to be a medical or health professional, and those have a certain set of rules. Well, I will change that. I'm sorry. Right now, the current due dates are for a Sunday, so I'm glad I saw that. Okay, so same thing. This is lesson 3. Okay, you're gonna have it's gonna cover all of this. This little quiz, same thing. Now, the ones in the getting started are unlimited. You can do those as many times as you want. They're 5 questions. Honestly, this whole getting started module will probably take you, you could probably do the whole thing in 30 minutes if you really wanted to. Lesson 4, I do want to touch on a couple of things here. As far as device requirements. Now, what you're looking at as far as you're doing this course is called Blackboard Ultra. It's the newest version of Blackboard. It is supposed to work with these browsers. Now, they have to be the most updated version. If you're not sure, you can click on this. Let's hope mine is good. There it says right there, your browser is supported, and I'm using Firefox, but and I'll listen right here. If you're having some issues, you might go into your browser, and I didn't post this. You can go on YouTube, but you want to turn off the pop-up blocker because this whole course is kind of set up that way. It'll tell you if you run the browser checker for that. So you definitely need to do that. The other thing is you can download this. It's called Adobe Reader because I do put things on here that are PDFs. And so to read those, not everybody has Word. So to read those, you'll have to, and right here it's asking you like some information about your computer, but you'll probably need to download that. And there is a mobile app you can get. It's Blackboard Learn. That's what it's called, or I think now at this point it's just Learn with Blackboard. But as far as the soft chalk lessons, now you're going to get a chance to practice with these. There's some information about them. These lessons, now these are in the regular modules. You can do these as many times as you want. They're unlimited. You can redo every question if you want to. Just make sure at the end you click the finish button. Just imagine you're in a classroom. You're in an online virtual classroom. You wouldn't want to do something in class and then leave with it, right? And not give it to the instructor. You'd get a 0. If you had to do something in class, here's an assignment, and then you left with it, and you didn't turn it in, that wouldn't be good. Same thing with these. You got to click the finish button at the end. That turns into the grade book. You should check the grade book to make sure that it went in. Always do that. Padlet is a program that we use. We call it Study Hall. I'll show you that in a second, but it's interactive. Pretty cool, actually. And here is the lesson quiz for Module 4, getting started, Module 4. So, or Lesson 4, excuse me. Okay. So once you've done these, now this is the Padlet link. All right. Now, all of these are performance-based. In other words, like this one here, it says you have to score 100% on this to view what's in here. Same with Lesson 3. You have to score 100% on Lesson 2 to view what's in here. The last one, you have to score 100% on this quiz to open this one. And at that point, all these should open. So I'm sorry. Once you finish lesson 4, it's going to open these other 2. And you got to score 100. So this is Padlet. I like it. It's a way that you can put things on one page. It's all in one area. I think it's a lot less confusing. Here's some emails on, or excuse me, yeah, on email etiquette and some researching type tricks, how to study, how to avoid plagiarism, that kind of thing. There's an outline here. Now it's more of an example. You can click on these. Now, anything that's in Padlet, okay, if you want to download that to your computer, it's taking a minute for this to load. I was going to say, you can click on these 3 little dots here and it says download attachment. You can do that. So what is this thing doing? Let's try it again. Well, hopefully, sometimes there's a lag in Blackboard. If I don't get that to come up, I guess I'll put it back on there again. But you can click on any of these videos, and you can, of course, make them full screen.
Hello, my favorite English language.
Oh my goodness. And you can make these full screen. So anyway, I like it. It's going to be used throughout this course. Now, under assignments. Okay. Yes, you're going to want to click on that. So coming down here now, this is you're going to do some research assignments in each module. Now, what this one is for is this is to make sure that you understand how to upload a document. So right here now, this is an answer sheet. So what you're going to do with each research assignment, you're going to have the questions, which for some reason Ultra is lagging today. It says explain in detail, write your answers on the answer sheet, posted under the section, use websites or other sources, list and describe in detail 3 different study methods, whatever those are. Like some people are auditory learners. That could be a study method. Some people are visual. Some people like to write down things. So that's the question. And then here is your answer sheet. And it should just have the numbers. I'm not sure why that outline wasn't coming up. So you're going to put your 3 methods there. Do not include the question. And basically, we have a thing called Safe Assign, and that checks for plagiarism. And if you don't know what that means, you're going to write everything in your own words. Don't just copy and paste something from a source. You can't do that. It says you could upload a PDF or a Word document. So you would click here under this, and I don't have it in the student view actually, but you would actually click here, just type assignment, getting started research assignment, and then you can upload it at that point. I don't have this in the student viewer, so when I click on it, it's not going to do anything. But anyway, to turn that in, you would do that. It says or okay, if you want to, you can copy from a Word document and paste it into this box if that's what you want to do. This is a getting started module lesson. So the SoftChalk program I was telling you about, it's going to look a little different for yours, but so here it is. Now this is everything that's included. This one's pretty short. It doesn't take you very long. It's not meant to be tedious. This is a 15 questions. It's just kind of this is more or less for you to get used to using SoftChalk. Like required browsers. Now, I think I got squirreled and distracted earlier. You can use any of these browsers that are updated. Blackboard suggests Google Chrome. So even if you have a MacBook or something, you can download Google Chrome to your MacBook. But anyway, you can use any of these. This is Safari, Internet Edge, Firefox, which is what I use. And then that's Google Chrome. So here it's just an activity. Like for instance, I'm going to turn this around. It says, well, this is a sorting activity. Click to turn the cards over and then drag them to match the correct terms. Good browsers, bad browsers. Internet Explorer. Now look, this is a bad browser. So if you try to drag it over here, it's going to do that. Now, even though you get to come over here and do this, it's going to ding you some points. So if you complete this exercise, you're probably not going to get all 8 credit. So you can restart these at any time. And this is check it to complete it. Now, you haven't completed it yet, but Opera, bad browser. Internet Explorer, bad browser. Google Chrome, good browser. You follow? And see, it's got 2.2 out of 8. This is how much the whole question's worth, and it gives you a running total. But like I said, this is Internet Explorer. If you try to drop it here, boink, it's not. And like I said, if you get to the end, you're not going to quite have 8 points. So if you hear the doink, you're going to want to start over. This is connections. This is match the correct cards with the statement prompt, compatible browsers for Blackboard Ultra. You want to click that, you want to click that, you want to click that, and click that. Now you're going to check your answers. Got 2 out of 2. See, if you redo it, and let's say I click DuckDuckGo, Google Chrome, Safari, and then I say to check my answers, see, it has 0. So you can redo that. You can do that with every question in these. These are multiple choice. I'm just going to randomly, I'm not reading the questions here. I got them both wrong. See, look, you can do that, and then it says retry, and now you're gonna have to retry them all. And these are usually in groups. All right, so go through, do all of the questions. Now, at the very end, this is kind of a little timeline thing. It's kind of cool, actually. So you can hover over these. Where is it? There we go. It tells you a little bit about each one. I wasn't clicking on the numbers. So it says below is the last question of this lesson. Make sure you click the finish button after this question. It's going to say this every single time. So you're going to do this, and then you can get a certificate. And if you put your name here, it'll give you, each module will give you a certificate. So now I don't have this in the student viewer. I'm in my viewer. So the finish button will be down here. So, okay. I didn't really want to make this long. Now, this module exam, all modules will have an exam that covers everything in the module. This one will finish things out. It is 10 questions, and the questions come from your other lesson quizzes. So same thing, you can do this unlimited. It should be 10 total, and it says right there. There's some instructions. So look, this one, like it says, to take this exam, you must have scored 100% on the previous quiz. You must score 100% to start the course. So once you've taken this, you should be able to see the module 1, which starts the course. Okay, and like I said, every module is going to have an introduction. Please watch those. It'll help eliminate some confusion. Okay, so if you've watched this video, that means everything's open. So if you have any questions, please email me and get started as soon as you can.